dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke and I welcome you all to the MCGM's virtual classroom. Dear students, today in Standard 6 History, we are going to continue with the topic India during the Maurya period. In the first part of this topic, we learnt about the Greek Emperor Alexander's invasion, the Maurya Empire, and in that about the Chandragupta Maurya. Now, in the second part of this topic, we are going to learn about the Emperor Ashoka. So, in the first part, we learned that Chandragupta Maurya founded the Maurya Empire. And after Chandragupta renounced the throne, he was succeeded by his son Bindusara. And it was the system of that period. कोई एक राजा जब अपने थ्रोन से निकल जाता था, उसकी डेथ हो जाती थी, तो उसका बेटा फिर वहाँ पर आ जाता था. द सेम थिंग हैपेंड विद द मौर्य एम्पायर ऑल्सो. नेक्स्ट टू द चंद्रगुप्त मौर्य, he was succeeded by his son Bindusara, who was the successor of Chandragupta Maurya. He expanded the area of the state. He expanded the area of the state that he inherited. मतलब कि उसे अपने पापा से मिला है. That he inherited from Chandragupta Maurya, who during the fairly long period of 24 years. The main targets of Bindusara were the regions in the southern parts of India. So the regions which we targeted were in the southern parts of India. Because of the scarcity of informations about Bindusara from the ancient Indian history, little is known about this ruler from the Maurya dynasty. Bindusara's mother was Durdhara, and according to the informations in Puranas, the duration of the reign of Bindusara was for a period of 25 years, which means almost same as his father. Now next to the Bindusara, after his death, after Bindusara's death, Ashoka had been appointed the governor of Takshashila and Ujjain before he came to the throne. मतलब अशोका को राजा बनने से पहले as a governor he was appointed. Where? In Takshashila and Ujjain. Ashoka was one of the sons of the earlier Mauryan king Bindusara, and during the early years of his rule, he was involved in the policy of expansion or of expanding the area or expanding the region of the Mauryan dynasty and increased the size of the Mauryan empire. Ashoka would, however, gone through a major transformation of his life, one that would completely change his outlook and policies. It took place at the Battle of Kalinga, a bloody war in which thousands of soldiers were killed. About this we are going to talk in detail, but here one thing which we have to understand is that the Emperor Ashoka, before becoming king, Raja बनने से पहले, he was appointed as the governor, and as the governor he had successfully crushed the revolt at Takshashila. Maybe because of different regions there was chaos in the Takshashila, but Ashoka crushed the revolt. Ashoka, the grandson of Chandragupta, ruled India from 269 to 232 BC, fought and killed the Kalinga war, expanded the empire, converted to Buddhism and rejects violence, spreads peaceful living through empire. Now here on the screen you can see in the map the expansion of the Maurya empire, this color, Maurya empire, and By this you can understand the area or the region under the control of Mauryan Empire. After becoming the emperor of Magadha, this one, Magad. After becoming the emperor of Magad, he launched a campaign against the state of Kalinga. Kalinga occupied the region of today's Odisha state. Emperor Ashoka conquered Kalinga. Here you can see Mathura, Ayodhya, Prayag, Patliputra. Then this Godavari river, Narmada river, Brahmaputra river. Ashoka's empire extended from Afghanistan in the northwest and Nepal in the north to Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh in the south, and from Bengal in the east to Saurashtra in the west. But Ashoka was deeply moved by the bloodshed of the Kalinga war. We can say that he was changed internally, and he decided never to wage a war again. He came to believe that truth, non-violence, compassion and forgiveness were the important values. And in today's world also it is very important to understand that these are the values which are very important to save mankind or to save earth or to save world. क्योंकि कोई भी दो देश जब आपस में लड़ते हैं, झगड़ते हैं, तो पूरी दुनिया में एक ग्रुपिज़म बन जाता है, फिर पार्टीशन होते हैं, जैसे फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वार में हुआ, सेकेंड वर्ल्ड वार में हुआ. इसके बारे में आप लोग आगे हिस्ट्री में पढ़ेंगे ही. लेकिन द थिंग विच हियर वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड इज दैट आफ्टर कलिंगा वॉर सम्राट अशोका केम टू बिलीव दैट ट्रूथ, नॉन वायलेंस, compassion and forgiveness were the important values. Ashoka wanted to spread these teachings among the common people, and therefore he had pillar edicts and stone inscriptions engraved throughout his kingdom. About ancient period if we talk, then this was the way to spread the thought, to spread the things, to build pillar edicts and stone inscriptions. Religious conversion after the Gosam battle of Kalinga in 262 BCE dedicated his life to Buddhism. We people already learnt about the religion of Buddhism in the last chapter of history. Built extensive roads, hospitals for man and animals, not only for man but also for the animals. The pillars of Ashoka were created by him during his reign in the 3rd century BC. The stupas of Sanchi are world famous. Stupas of Sanchi are world famous, and the stupa named Sanchi Stupa was built by Emperor Ashoka. Ashoka's own words as known from his edicts are, all men are my children. All men are my children. I am like a father to them, as every father desires the good and the happiness. Desires the good and the happiness of his children. I wish that all men should be happy always. This was the central thought of the Emperor Ashoka's kingdom. एक राजा अपनी प्रजा को अपनी बच्चों की तरह देख रहा था, और उसने लिखा है कि सारे लोग जो है मेरे राज्य में वो मेरे लिए मेरी बच्चों की तरह है. और जैसे एक पिता अपने बच्चों के अच्छाई के बारे में सोचता है, आई एम ऑल्सो डूइंग द सेम थिंग. सबकी भलाई मैं करना चाहता हूँ, सबकी भलाई का देखभाल करना मेरा काम है. These writings are in the Brahmi script, and in these descriptions he is referred to as Devanam Piyadarshi, which means beloved of the gods and he who looks on with affection. Another inscription states that 8 years after he ascended the throne, he made the conquest of Kalinga and had a change of heart on seeing the devastation it caused. So the thing is, violence changed the Emperor Ashoka. The edicts of King Ashoka, the rock edicts. An inscription of Emperor Ashoka at Delhi Topda shows that he had put strict restrictions on the hunting of bats, monkeys, rhinoceros, and on setting fire to forest. By all these things, we can understand the way of Ashoka towards his subjects, towards his we can say towards his people in the kingdom, and also his thought process towards the nature. The 14 rock edicts, Kalinga rock edicts, minor rock edicts, the 7 pillar edicts, again the minor pillar edicts. The pillars of Ashoka were erected by him during his reign in the 3rd century BC. Here you can see elephant at Kalinga war site, Orissa. Minor rock edict site, Madhya Pradesh. Rock edict at Junagadh. Major rock edict at Girnar in Gujarat. Now the next point, this map which is given in our figure, this one is given in our textbook, India during the Maurya period. Now by this one can easily understand the expansion of Maurya Empire. If you people go through this, Ashoka's stone inscriptions, Ashoka's pillars, Ashoka's empire, then present international boundary of India and modern city. Now if you go for the Ashoka's stone inscriptions, then this one at Kalsi, then here you can see Shahbaz, Gari, Mansera, Takshashila. And if you go for the pillars, then here you can see pillars, Sravasti, Kapilvastu, Rumenedi, Lalit Patan, Rampurai, and many more. This one here Magad, and this whole the Ashoka's empire. Ashoka had embraced Buddhism. He had convened the 3rd religious council on Buddhism at Patliputra. And not only this, but the very big thing जो एक राजा कर सकता है, ऐसा हमें सम्राट अशोका ने दिखाया. Ashoka sent his own son Mahendra and daughter Sanghamitra to Sri Lanka for the spread of Buddhism. ये बहुत बड़ी बात है जब हम एंशिएंट इंडियन हिस्ट्री की बात करते हैं कि एक राजा ने, वो भी अशोका जैसे, एक युद्ध के बाद उसका मत परिवर्तन हुआ, मन परिवर्तन हुआ और हिंसा को छोड़ के अहिंसा के मार्ग पर वो चला और अपने बेटे और बेटी को बुद्धिज़्म के स्प्रेड के लिए श्रीलंका भेज दिया. He also sent Buddha bhikkhus to West Asia and Central Asia for spreading Buddhism. He also built many stupas and viharas. These are the things which are related with the Buddhist religion. Next thing, public welfare activities. Why today also we are talking about Samrat Ashoka? Why today also we are studying about Ashoka? Why today also Ashoka is one of the famous king of the ancient India? Because of his public welfare activities. Emperor Ashoka laid stress on the creation of facilities for the welfare of the people. और इसीलिए सारी जो प्रजा थी वो भी उसे पसंद करते थे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ही मेड प्रोविजंस फॉर फ्री मेडिकेशंस और फ्री medicines and medical treatment for people as well as for animals. He built many roads and planted trees for shade on both sides of the roads. Not only the roads but the planted trees on the both sides. He dug wells. Very important thing. Dug wells and built dharmashalas. Today we are having hotels and railway stations and bus stops. When we are traveling from one place to another place, we need to stop somewhere or to take break, and in such time we use such things. But at that time धर्मशाला जो है वो ये काम करते थे कि लोग जब एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाते थे, then they used to stop, used to take rest in the dharmashalas, and Ashoka built dharmashalas for the people. Administration during the Maurya period. Patliputra was the capital of the Maurya Empire, and for the sake of administrative convenience. Now in the map we saw that the expansion of the Maurya Empire, and it was not easy thing to administrate the whole area. So to make it simple or to smooth the administration, or for the sake of administrative convenience, the empire was divided into 4 regions, each with its own capital. For example, today in India, number of states are there, and each and every state has its own capital city. और एक सेंटर में फिर दिल्ली हमारी एक देश की कैपिटल है. बट हर एक स्टेट का जो है एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन उस कैपिटल से चलता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल फॉर महाराष्ट्र देयर इज मुंबई. द सेम थिंग वॉज देयर in the ancient period in the Maurya Empire. Eastern region, and there the Toshali capital city. For western region, Ujjaini capital city in Madhya Pradesh, this one Odisha, then MP. For southern region, Suvarnanagari, Kangiri in Karnataka. Northern region, Takshashila in Pakistan. So all these are the 4 parts and their capital cities. There was a council of ministers which advised the king in matters of administration. Today also we are having ministers for different subjects like education minister, health minister, road and transport minister. The same thing was there also. There were many officers working at different levels. There was an efficient intelligence service which kept an eye on the administration and on the movements of enemies. If it seems like there is any problem, then वो जो न्यूज़ है वो अशोका तक जाती थी या फिर उस पर्टिकुलर ऑफिसर के पास, मिनिस्टर के पास जाती थी. मेजर सिटीज तक्षशिला, उज्जैनी, पाटलिपुत्र, सारनाथ, Magadha. Council of ministers, many officers, and efficient intelligence service was there. Now we are going to talk about the life of the people during the Maurya period. During the Maurya period, agricultural production had great importance. Today also in our country, agriculture is the main occupation, or the people directly or indirectly engaged in this occupation. So agriculture at that time also had great importance. Trade and other occupations had also prospered well. There were many occupations like carving and engraving and ivory, weaving and dyeing cloth, and metal work. So many people were engaged in these occupations. Black glazed pottery was also produced. Then shipbuilding was carried out on a large scale. In metalwork, the technology of making articles of other metals as well as those of iron had developed. So development in the field of metal we can understand by this statement. Now not only this, but for common people, different festivals and functions were celebrated in villages and towns. Dance and music concerts were a part of entertainment. Wrestling bouts and chariot races were popular, and so were board games and chess. Today also we are playing chess. So at that time chess was called अष्टपद, लेकिन तब से ये chess जो है खेला जा रहा है हमारे देश में. So by this we can say the life of the people during the Maurya period was very quiet or cultured or civilized. Art and architecture. Some of the finest examples of Ashokan art are the famous Ashokan pillars that he erected across the country, and these columns were works of art, architecture and engineering. So at the same time, in any pillar of Ashoka, one can see the type of art, then the architecture and also engineering. The pillar was made out of single stone, which was cut, shaped and polished. Mauryan architecture is also reputed to have been fabulous. The capital of Patliputra had been described by many travelers as one of the most amazing city of the ancient world. Unfortunately, since the building material was essentially wood, not much of this has survived. But this thing very important at that period. पाटलिपुत्र ये दुनिया के अच्छे शहरों में से एक शहर था. Ashoka also constructed several stupas across the country, with the most famous being the Sanchi Stupa. During the period of Emperor Ashoka, the art of rock cut sculpture was promoted. The pillars erected by Ashoka are excellent specimens of Indian sculpture. Here you can see there are excellent carvings of animals like the lion, elephant, bull on these pillars. You can see this pillar जो एक ही रॉक में बना हुआ है, एक ही स्टोन में बना हुआ है, जिसे कट किया गया है, शेप दिया गया है, एंड इट इज पॉलिश्ड आल्सो. द चक्र और व्हील ऑन द Ashoka pillar at Sarnath has a place of honor on the Indian national flag. This one. The pillars has lions on all four sides, 1, 2, 3, and that fourth side, but only 3 are visible from the front. अगर हम सामने से देखेंगे तो सिर्फ 3 दिखेंगे. This is the official seal of the government of India. The cave sculptures at Barber Hills carved during the period of Ashoka are well known, and these caves are in Bihar. They are the oldest cave sculptures in India. So whenever we talk about Ashoka, not only in the politics, not only in administration, but in the field of culture, in the field of art, he worked a lot. And not only the quantitative but the quality work. Today also Ashoka is known for his work in the field of religion, in the field of battlefield, and also for the betterment of people. Mauryan Empire was driven by agriculture. Internal trade expanded greatly due to new found political unity and internal peace. Chandragupta established single currency across India. Here you can see silver punch mark coin of the Mauryan Empire. After the death of Emperor Ashoka, the Maurya Empire began to decline. And after the Mauryas, many new states and some empires also emerged in India. The Maurya Empire was the largest empire in ancient India. So in the next chapter, we shall discuss the political and cultural happenings in the post-Maurya period. In the lesson India during the Maurya period. In the first part, we discussed about the Greek Emperor Alexander's invasion, the Maurya Empire, and in today's part, we learnt about Emperor Ashoka, the Kalinga War, Emperor Ashoka's work for the spread of religion, his style of administration or administration during the Maurya period, public welfare activities, life of the people during the Maurya period, and the art and literature.
Please subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications.
So my dear students, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.